Let's start off, though, with this enormous IPO and the move down in Tesla lately. Jim, love to get your thoughts on both.
Well, look, one of the things that people have to recognize is when you have a big deal like Rivian, people don't have a lot of cash hanging around. Big institutions. They have to sell. So what would you sell to get Rivian? Well, you'd sell something that's the equivalent. You sell Tesla. So everybody's kind of amazed that Tesla's down. What do they think? That suddenly money came in order to be able to buy Rivian? Right. So the whole complex is down, David, because people say, okay, listen, I got to take in my Rivian. I just got my allocation. Maybe your allocation is a little bigger than we think. I don't know.
No. Let me. I got some.
I was hoping you would have it.
This morning.
I'm your Johnny Gilbert. Go ahead.
This is going to be one of those IPOs that you cannot even imagine. I'm not even going to tell you the oversubscribed numbers because it's not worth it.
Every sovereign. 30? What are you going for? 30?
Every sovereign fund, every large growth fund. And RJ, the CEO, he approved every single allocation, I'm told. The point I guess I'm making is that if you're a hedge fund, you didn't get any.
Oh, thank heavens.
And so it's very tight.
So this is not an Uber.
So it's all going to be aftermarket here to what you're talking about. And the only way you're going to actually be able to buy it is when it starts trading. And, of course, the question will be, how high?
Okay, so
Jim,
at 90, it's equal to Ford. Everyone likes to do that with Ford. At 100, it's GM. Okay. And by the way,
I have 861 million shares out. So at 100, that would be 86 billion.
Thank you for pointing that out because there's a lot of hidden shares.
Yes. If you look at the S1, you'll see. I mean, that's eventually the number. They're going to raise $11.5 billion.
And David, how many vehicles have they produced?
50. Well, they've got orders for 55,000.
They have produced. They've done 156 vehicles.
Yeah. No, 100. But you know what? It hits everything. It hits everything in this market. It is a growth company. It is the ESG play. It is, it hits every single lever that you would imagine. And obviously access to capital. They're going to be able to fund losses for I don't even know how many years to come with $11.5 billion additional dollars and a stock that most likely is going to trade far higher this morning, but we'll see.
Amazon's told me that everything they produce, they'll buy.
Right.
Now,
with those core investors, those cornerstone investors of Amazon and Ford.
Well, what will Farley do with this stock?
I don't know.
Remember, he's got a competitive product.
Right.
He put, total of $1.2 billion. He was in one tranche, a second tranche, and then he was also in, the convert. So Farley's got some real decision-making. Now, all these comparisons, by the way, about it's equal to one Ford. Well, wait a second. Let's say he has $7 billion. Let's say he has $10 billion.
$10 billion stock, right?
Now, he can fund his own giga battery factory. And which is something I've asked.
By the way, great investment. It would seem to me if you're Ford, though, you may want to monetize,
I think you have to nail it. I think you have to say, you know what? I will let mine go if Rivian wants the stock back. Mm-hmm. If they'll let it trade, no ledger. And then he can take the money without hurting I'm speaking of Jim Farley, without hurting his credit rating. So this is a play on Tesla because people have to sell Tesla to get the Rivian. It's a play on how well this Rivian deal's done because it's actually being done by the man who runs Rivian. And it's a play on what Ford's going to do for its 2022 production.
Interesting. Ford is one of their principal stockholders. Of course, as you know.
They put a lot of money.
The S1 here. I know they did. They put a lot of money in. Why don't we
salute Jim Farley as also a great stock picker? Next thing you know, he was in Ethereum, right? Was he in Ethereum?
Now, we'll see.
Kidding.
We'll see where this opens.
Right.
Would you have any interest?
Our period.
No, it most likely won't. It's going to be a while, one would expect. And again, with a book this tight, with all these sovereign funds stepping up, with everything
Please explain to people sovereign fund.
Well, sovereign funds are some of the largest pools of capital on the planet.
Right. And they're
not going to sell. They're not going to trade.
Right.
They're going to own this because it fits so many of the characteristics of things you're looking for right now.
And do you think big
growth,
institutions?
And you know this, growth is still
this is
what people want.
But the problem, David, is should it really be worth?
Yeah.
Do you want this thing to be worth from the get-go $80 billion?
I don't know.
I mean, GM is worth $9. Remember, GM.
Does that make any sense?
GM is if it goes to $100, it's on par with GM, which is $83 billion. It's going to trade at $83 billion. Should it be as large as GM, even though they've only produced 156?
I asked the same question, and then you get, they have 55,000 orders. And by the way, have you seen the YouTube video of the truck which does donuts?
Right.
That's the second thing
they have 100,000.
Have you watched the YouTube video of that truck going around like this?
They have 100,000 orders from Amazon, but with it also a caveat which just says we will buy another 100,000. They'll buy everything.
That's over an 8-year period, isn't it?
Whatever they produce, they can. Amazon's captive. Right. I don't even know how anyone besides Amazon's going to get it. But this is it, David. This is what this IPO period is about, is Rivian.